2001, just after the incidents of September 11th.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Shafiq got there's no sound on the Facebook. Can you check, Shafiq? Shafiq, there's no sound on Facebook. Can you try again? Okay, let's go. Sorry, go again, yeah.
Okay, should I start from the beginning or?
Yeah, please start again. Yeah, start.
Okay. Good afternoon, all our audience in today. So basically, I'm from Automation and Control Systems. Okay, we are the system integrators and also the solution providers for IoTs and also others products. So we are not only the products provider, but we are the solutions providers. So who is Rajan? Basically, Rajan is providing a mesh network. They actually formed just after the September 11th incident in US. Then there are funding by the US government to come up with these products, which is can be used for any incidents, okay, to provide the continuous networking. As you can see, after the incidents, basically the whole networks are jammed up. So that's why after the incidents, the US government actually engaged Rajans to come up with their patented mesh network. They use very good technologies in their patented instant mesh network technologies. So why is Rajan different from others mesh network in the market? So as you can see, most of our mesh network is provide for industrial, commercial use and also households, but there's very less that we have mesh network for industrial. So Rajan is the first that provide this mesh network for industrial. They so-called it's not only for statics installations, but it's also suitable for mobile network, which means the nodes can be moved around. That's why they call it living networks. Okay, you can see the chart. We have the normal Wi-Fi mesh and what is our Rajan kinetic mesh comparison. That's a very consistent throughput. Okay, so they have a very minimum of impact on outage. So a lot of times when we set up a network, when they're large scale, so we always have these questions in our mind. Okay, so especially for those nowadays we talk about smart cities network. So without kinetic mesh networks, basically that is the bottleneck that you can't perform. So you can see you can mesh your network with Rajans. Okay, any type of background or network, you can actually mesh it. Okay, so that's you can also anytime add your nodes or remove a node, or your nodes is moving around, we will not affect the connectivities. Okay, so this is the benefits of how the Rajan mesh network different from others. So you can see we have both 2.4 and 5.8, and it will never break. We call it make, never break, compared to the conventional networks. So normally, when your nodes want to attach to another node, it will actually break away before it connects. And also in terms of securities, we have level 3s, level 2, level 3s security. So it's very hard for others to hack in. So they have a very low latencies and jitters and high throughputs. So they can cover a very high frequencies spectrum and channels. So they have a different type of these models, which they have even have an IP67 for totally outdoor environments. Okay, these are some of the models. Okay, you can see ES1 is the considers is a lower range of products. So we have not only the hardware, and also we have a network management software. It's very powerful software tools. So to configure your whole mesh network, okay, just like a management switch. Okay, so you can apply to today's smart city, okay, transport. Even they get your train is moving on high speed, 200 kilometers. It's not a problem. It still can have the connectivities. Okay, you can use for our industries, smart for port. Okay, of course, it's also applied to drone and autonomous products. So I think this is my presentation. Do I have a time for my short videos?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Please. Charlie, you can run the video.
Chao, do you have a video want to play?
Yeah, it's already.
Okay.
Is it? Can you see it?
Oh, in such
No,
then
we are just seeing some sports car only.
in such maybe cannot anyhow, okay, I think we can run the video maybe after this. Okay, we saw it already.
Is it okay?
Yeah. Got sound or not? No show lah.
No show.
You have to represent. Oh, yeah, that's everything. Okay, showing already. Well, that's great. Okay, so there are some questions Okay, so sorry for the audio. I think there's no audio on the video, but we can see clearly the importance of the network, especially using the mesh wireless network. So there are some questions we put out here. How do you reduce the interference in the wireless network in your mesh wireless network?
Okay, basically our hardware, we use multiple, what do you call this, multiple frequencies, okay, be more.
Okay.
That's why it can actually.
So you can control how many frequency from there?
Normal, we have two dual input and output, okay, and 2.4 and 4, because these are the two frequencies that are open. Of course, we have certain models that even can come with special 900 megahertz.
Okay. And now, why is Rajan different from others?
Yeah, as just now you can see our my slide. Okay, so basically why we special, because our what do you call this, our networks, our hardware are designed for industrials. Okay, so they have a very low latencies and also high throughput. It's thanks to the special they call it Instamax mesh technology, which is a proprietary software that's developed by Rajan. Okay, so they can overcome all the dynamic transit power, and also that's why it can give you not only static nodes, but you can put your nodes in moving. Okay, you can move around and grow your networks. Okay,
all right.
That's why we call it living networks.
Okay, good. So we hope. Sorry. We used to see more use case from your company and to share with the audience more in the coming future. So here, I thanks Automation and Control System for the presentation. I will move next to PCCW Global on the topic of presentation today is Console Connect IoT. Let's go with it.
Good morning. It is a great honor for PCCW Global and for me to have this opportunity to address the distinguished guests and audience of the Malaysia Internet of Things audience today. Let me take a few moments to introduce my company and myself. PCCW Global is the international arm and subsidiary of Hong Kong Telecom, the #1 telco in Hong Kong. Our global network coverage combined with local on-the-ground knowledge has helped us build a best-in-class global network infrastructure, providing voice, data, IoT, and digital solutions across the Americas, Europe, Africa, the Middle East, and the Asia Pacific region. For myself, I've headed up mobility products and the marketing team in PCCW Global as the Senior Vice President since 2019. The services I look after are international mobility products, which is supplying our IPX and GRX services and SMS connectivity for around 600 international mobile carriers and enterprises. I also look after IoT products and services. That is our global M2M connectivity, our global roaming services supporting that, our MVNO and MVNE services, and other services driven by the growth of IoT and the future impact of 5G on IoT. We launched our initial IoT service, Console Connect IoT, about 2 years ago, and we have a strong product development pipeline to manage the innovation that's been driven by the eSIM and the need for IoT and the growing importance of cloud connectivity where most IoT applications reside. So let me share a short video of our Console Connect product to everyone here.
The digital and the real are merging. Devices are now born connected. Every year they become more combined, interlinked and allied. It's been described as the fourth industrial revolution. From the car you drive to the smart city where you live and everything in between. The Internet of Things is generating massive data with a web of endless connections. IoT strategies need a scalable platform to navigate through this and thrive. At Console Connect, we make this effortless. Our IoT platform and one global SIM will connect anywhere in the world, offering the most secure, flexible, end-to-end solution available globally. No need for local SIMs, no expensive Wi-Fi infrastructure, simply a private interconnection to designated data centers and clouds, and the only IoT platform that also connects to every public hypercloud, all managed effortlessly through a single interface, a connection you own and control. Made ubiquitous by our international IoT connectivity feature that connects everything on a global level. Whether it's monitoring traffic through connected cars, or ensuring global well-being with remote health monitoring, enhance your IoT experience with Console Connect IoT. If you're interested in the Console Connect IoT, contact us now.
So our IoT platform is connected to our IP platform, offering our users effectively dedicated and secure bandwidth from the server or cloud platform, which includes the large hyperscalers such as Amazon, Azure, IBM, Google, Tencent, and Alibaba Cloud, directly to the device, which allows us to provide a very secure application from the cloud to the device, including a private APN if you don't wish to break out into the internet. We also work with many application providers who are supported by our IoT Ecosystem Partnership Program, which is a unique opportunity for people such as yourselves to jointly promote your application running on our platform. We have over 50 offices worldwide and 1,500 international staff, and this is a great marketing opportunity and window for your products. PCCW Global would like to work closely with the IoT players in Malaysia, and if you're working to develop or test or looking to promote your product beyond Malaysia, we would like to work with you. By joining our IoT Ecosystem Partnership Program, we'll extend free trials SIM cards to assist you in development and testing of your application or service. And I ask you to contact our IoT Partnership Program team for more information. They can be reached via email here, and they'll also be standing by during this event after this presentation to answer any questions you may have on our IoT platform and on our partnership program. Thank you for your time and have a great day. Thank you very much. Bye.
Connect IoT. So we have Fong here, Assistant VP for the group. So some question on your Console Connect IoT. The SIM cards to your IoT platform roaming to others partner operator. Wouldn't it be more expensive compared to using local SIM card?
Oh, okay. Thanks, Stephen, for your question. The quick answer to your question is really, it's not necessarily more expensive. And let me give you a few factors that affects the ultimate rates that operators or users have to pay. First of all, our platform actually charges by per megabyte, on a per month basis, of course. So, and this also, in addition, we also allow you to aggregate all your SIM card traffic into a pool before we calculate actually how much you use, and we charge you for it. So in a very simple example, if you have 50 IoT devices running around, and if you are forced to basically buy a basic program, even at 50 megabytes to 100 megabytes, and you end up using only a few, tens of megabytes, you end up having you really end up having to pay for everything, even though you don't use it. But in our particular environment, we actually aggregate all your traffic together and we charge you on actual usage on a per megabyte basis. So this, I feel, if you do a rough calculation, you may actually end up saving money, right? Now, in addition to rates, well, let's not talk rates all the time, right? Our platform also offers many benefits, okay? And let me just name you two for the sake of our discussion.
Okay.
Because we roam, we latch onto the strongest network, if you may, right? So if you look at a place like Malaysia, Sabah, Sarawak, some operators may be better in some areas and environment.
Okay.
And you literally have to go and test to see which operator SIM you end up having to buy to put into your device and to actually monitor to make sure it works, right? Otherwise, your signal starts to drop and you lose connectivity. Now that won't happen in our environment, right? Because we roam, you end up picking up the best service, so to speak. And in addition to this, we also allow you access to a portal in which you can manage all your SIM cards. So you can activate and deactivate it. So you're literally like a own, TMNet in Malaysia. Sorry, I shouldn't be using, operator's name. So you can actually be a, what we call an NVNO, managing your SIM cards. So we are very flexible, and I think that we allow different permutation. And if I may, let me also lastly name an additional feature which I think hasn't been, particularly been promoted. PCCW Global, we are the international arm of Hong Kong Telecoms, and we focus on international businesses. And at the back of it, we have a tier 1 MPLS network covering the world, and and our network is actually hardwired into all the big clouds that you can name off, Azure, the Amazons, the Ali clouds, you name it, we are connected.
Okay.
And our IoT platform is also interconnected, into our traditional network, so to speak. So if you have an application that is, that is regional, global even, please definitely give us a call, because we can definitely help you, because we can get you back to your hosting server in the least possible hops, right? Because we can offload from our DCP and we get right into a private network, a private and secure network, and we basically get it back to to wherever your host is.
All right, great. Okay, so there's a question from Benjamin Song asking, are we able to set up maximum usage to avoid overuse of the data?
Okay, so in the portal that we allow you access to manage your own SIM, you can set up maximum. And one of the very interesting device that I like to share with you, that I was actually talking to one of your other one of your other members earlier on, is we allow the user to bind a SIM card to a device, right? So this way, if a user remove the SIM card off the device, we literally trigger either an email or we can disable the SIM, right? So the first thing we do is we actually take away the option of people taking off your SIM cards, plug it into their phone or iPads, and start to surf internet and watch video, right? So we proactively have a few features, and of course the feature you mentioned is a very standard feature to set a maximum limit. But think about it, right? One of the many environments in which device stop working is they run out of data, right? Because they don't have unlimited plans. So a lot of times you run out of data, the card disabled itself, and everybody is scratching their head as to why isn't my device working, right? So yes, you can set a limit of usage per card, but the better solution is also we can set a trigger and actually it sends off an email to you, which is a more smoother way of mitigating any potential abuses of the data plan, so to speak.
Okay, so there's another question.
Mr. I got one question for you.
Yep. Yeah, go ahead, Padma.
Steven, let me ask my question first.
Yep,
yes, please.
So I already used this kind of roaming SIM card providers from Flow Life, and also one is before. One NCE. My biggest challenge was my straight away question to you is in Malaysia PCCW, which are the telcos you already onboarded? So we have 3 major telcos. Which are the telcos that you already onboarded as of now?
If I'm not mistaken, we actually have relationship with all 3 telcos: the Celcoms, the TMNets, and the DG.
So if I take a card now, I can select a connectivity and I can connect to these 3 partners.
Okay.
Today,
this is where we are different from Flow Life, which actually is very good friends of mine. Okay, Flow Life, their local headquarters is based out of Hong Kong, right? So the way our platform works is you can fix an operator that you can decide who to roam on. Okay. So basically in the portal, you can basically say, I don't want DG, you can take it off, okay? Or you can say, I don't want Celcom, whichever you decide, okay? It's a user choice. Or you just let it run, in our environment, you just let it run, and wherever your SIM card is, right, at any one moment, if there's a fluctuation of service from one provider as compared to the next, the SIM card automatically switches to the stronger signal, so to speak. I think that is the plus. That is a good benefit. So rather than you selecting which telco to use, just let it roam. And I think this is a great feature. And we have users that actually have SIM cards traveling between Singapore all the way up to Bangkok into Cambodia, trucking services that actually rolls around and, is basically switching operators as it goes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So your data continues.
All right. One more last question for you from the floor is from KS Tan, where do we need to pay minimum charges per SIM or maybe per notes?
Okay. So the quick answer to you is we actually charge by usage after a setup fee. Having to kind of help you set up everything, where we charge a nominal fee. I don't recall any fixed monthly fee. We charge by usage.
Okay.
So I can be wrong.
Okay, please
let me negotiate, of course.
Later we'll share all your contacts in the Facebook link. Okay, so you will receive tons of call later on from them. I see there's more questions coming up from the audience, right? But okay,
great.
Right, thanks, Fong, for all your explanation into this, and it's a great exposure for us into knowing all the new technologies from PCC.
Right, and just a quick comment before I go. We are a new member. We love to be part of the development of IoT in Malaysia. And hey, we invite everybody to talk to us and see what we can do together. And if you are looking to have trials and test things out, you should talk to us, really, because we are, because of our international presence, we have 50 offices worldwide, and we can share media exposure and exposure to different parts of the world.
Yeah, that's the whole meaning of IoT, because it's a collaborative that we work together.
Definitely.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Fong. Right, next our presenter will be from Hexa IoT. The topic will be Smart Environmental Monitoring Solutions. Good to you, Hexa.
Today, we are going to show you how we record environmental data using simple IoT solutions. For those who are new to our channel, I'm Neil from Hexa IoT, a Malaysian IoT company. Now, for the past 10 years or so, we have been manually recording environmental data such as temperature, humidity, sound, air quality, etc. A person will need to walk around production floor or plantations to record all the data on a piece of paper. I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there can relate to this. This can be extremely frustrating as it requires a lot of manpower on a daily basis. Besides, some data might be biased or inaccurate. Also, it is difficult to store or monitor this data as we will need to dig through a lot of files. Well, now that we are in the digital age, we have decided to change the way we record environmental data, thus saving us time and money in the long run. We have designed this device called Rival, which means environment in Greek. This is Rival, a device that we designed in-house. It's around the size of my palm. We place these devices in different parts of our factory. Basically, you turn on the switch and that's it. As long as there is internet connections, all data will be automatically be recorded in cloud. We designed Rival to be wireless and battery operated, and you can pretty much place it anywhere that you want. You don't need to worry about the power source or cables. To access the data, just log into Pandora software and you can retrieve all the data. For example, this is the data of the temperature, sound and humidity for the past week of our production room. If you require the data, just click the download buttons. You can compare the data in chart form as well. For those of you who are concerned about specific environmental conditions, you can set a certain value as an alarm. For example, I set my decibel limit to 100 dB. So, every time the threshold is reached, it automatically sends notifications to my Telegram or email. We have been developing our Pandora software since 2018, so it's really reliable. With the help of both Pandora and Rival, we managed to monitor a lot of important data of our factory floor, something we were unable to do so previously. With this data, we are able to bring about improvement at critical areas to make our factory floor safer and also improve on food safety. You can learn about our IoT solutions in the descriptions. Want to know more? Visit our website www.hexaiot.com.my or our Facebook page Hexa IoT, or leave your email in the comment box. We will contact you via email. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bells to stay updated on our latest IoT solutions. Thank you and hope this video helps.
For your presentation of smart environmental monitoring solution, I see a lot of dashboard on it, so it's a very good monitoring tool. So we have JA New here from Hexa IoT. Hi, JA.
Hey, Tiwan, how are you?
Hey, good. So some question to ask you is on your this monitoring tools, what other industrial that you think ideally works for your solutions? Which of those target market that you're looking into?
Oh, that's a very good question. So basically this one is quite versatile. Anything that required to monitor the environmental data will be suitable. So at this moment, we are targeting into three main segments: the manufacturing, agriculture, and aquaculture. Yeah.
Any use case reference that you can share to us, or any? Well, I'll put it as a two question. Also, another is the challenge of implementing.
Okay. All right. So for the first questions, Use case. All right. So basically, now we have one in one of the very first success use case in Malaysia for the industry forwards, which is one of our client Hexafood. So they're having this to monitor their warehouse and their productions environment. You see, because during the productions process, temperature and humidity is very important for the manufacturers, especially the food manufacturers. Okay, so this one able to help them not only to monitor the process, but to collect data, to gather the data, right? Traditionally, they have to send someone to go down to the production floor like few times per day, and then to comply with the standards. But now with this system, actually can monitor the whole environment 24/7, right? Because sometimes the warehouse is not okay. Those microbes is not like us working office hour. They also alive during midnight, right? So 24/7, the environmental conditions do affect the whole warehouse and production environment for microbes to grow. So with this data collected, is super important because you understand the pattern of the setup of the premises. Okay, so from there actually can save us a lot of work in planning. Yep, and also to troubleshoot, to trace back what's actually happening throughout the process.
Okay, so I think this question from Benjamin might be related to some of your current implementation. So the question is it able to be installed inside a frozen storage warehouse? And also, is there any limitation of temperature to be for the sensors?
Oh, this nice one, this one. Okay, basically, yes, this is able to install inside the frozen storage because from what you see in the video, right, the device actually is for the normal setup. But for chill, the cold room, or even oven, we can have the external probe. Yeah, we got external connectors connect to external probe. So this one also can answer to the any limit temperature to install it because we can pair with different kind of thermocouple for different applications. Yeah. So hope this one can answer. Yeah.
Okay, there's another question, but I think this one will be a little bit tough to say. But what will be the implementation cost in the sense of 3 sensors? Okay, how much it costs? But I think KS, you might want to elaborate further on her question. But if you could give some implementation cost, like today you're going to a place like say the storage that we are talking just now. Talking about 3 sensors. So what will be the implementation cost? Do you need to have a setup fees? Do you have something like that?
Yeah. Basically, for this kind of cases, like only 3 sensors, right? We recommend go for the HAS model because now we actually have some HAS and SAS model to support our SME setup in Malaysia. To set up the overall infrastructure will be some cost. Yeah, will be some cost because you need infrastructures, you need the software platform, you need server, you need cloud. If just by running 3 sensors, that will be kind of costly. All right. But because of now we understand that in the technology is a bit new in Malaysia for all the players around. So we come up with some package, the HAS and SAS model for subscription based. So for this one, will be quite affordable and economical because this one, each sensors will cost you like maybe a few hundreds, start from 200, yeah, per sensors. So it's monthly, to start from 200, something like that. But also depends on what kind of sensors. As earlier when I answered to Benjamin's questions, that we can pair with different sensor and sensor probes. All right, depends on the parameter as well. Yeah, but they start from a few hundreds per sensors per month. So it's subscription based. Yeah.
Okay, so there's also a question like, okay, this one also I want to hear from you is there's those own make devices, okay, own make sensors like ESP32. Can they connect to your system as well as part of the monitoring?
Oh, this is very good questions. Okay, we do start from ESP32, ESP8266, Arduino, Raspberry Pi, you name it. We play with any off-the-shelf one. All right. So this we can discuss because our system, our platform, actually we can open API to work with any third-party devices. It's not only your DIY ESP32, Arduino, Raspberry Pi. We can also work with any off-the-shelf devices that you purchase, like for example from China, as long as they can open API. Yeah.
Wow, great. Open API is one great thing to know from your company where IoT, when you now come into collaboration, that's the keyword to go, right? Open
Yes, right.
out. Right. So it's a good things that we heard from you. So right, there's one more question. Is okay, then we go with this will be the final question for you. But
Right.
actually got two questions, but another one I need you to answer in the Facebook Live later on. So
Alright,
what
sure.
will be the communication protocol to be used?
Okay, communication protocol, we actually we are using multiple protocol, but for the most basic ones that we are using MQTT that are now most commonly used in IoT world. Yeah, we can work with any manufacturing environment as well, like those like Modbus, TCP/IP. Yeah, all are working as well.
All right. So okay, there's one more question from Benjamin, but I will need you to look into the Facebook Live question and then you answer to Benjamin on that.
Yep, sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
comment.
please do post more question to the presenter. They are still here. So if there's any presenter, any question to the previous presenter, if you're keen getting it to be answered, okay, please do post it out. Right. We will answer it. If not in this forum, it will be on the offline mode. Yeah. Okay, next, we will have this presentation from our past energy age with the topic of energy management IoT. All right, go to you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Ho. I'm the CTO and co-founder of Plus Solar Systems, which is this company here. So today I'm going to give an introduction on one of the startup subsidiary which deals with AIoT solutions development and also the products that we offer to our customers. So this company is actually called Plus Xnergy Edge, which is Edge in short. So Edge is a startup of Plus Solar Systems, and you may wonder why a solar systems company would have a startup in AIoT solutions. So the story goes back like this. So with all these different systems that we install for our customers, typically solar system could last 25 years or more. So we have all this time of engagement with our customers. So more often than not, some of these customers will come back to us and to ask us, and the question goes along like this. Hey Ryan, we love your solar systems. It helps us to save 15 to 20 or even more percentage of energy consumption. But can you share with us what else can we do to save even more? What kind of other solution that you have in place that can help us to save more energy? So that makes us goes back to the drawing board to try to think, hey, what else can we really do here? So what we do here, we figure out, what we do best is actually really there. So we can actually turn energy data into business intelligence. So it turns out that with all these different systems that we've installed, we can actually harvest some of this energy data here to help our customers to save energy. So with our solution here, actually it comes with two different components. One definitely is the cloud system, cloud ecosystem here, which we call Source. So Source is an energy performance management system which sits on the cloud and is fully developed and also devised by our in-house team here. And just some key facts about Source here, there is more than 100 of connected devices throughout Malaysia, and we are monitoring more than 54 megawatt peak of solar capacity throughout Malaysia. And all these different systems that we have on site already, they are all fitted with this hardware, this smart meter that has been designed and developed, produced by us in-house, that is capable of reading building consumption data. And of course, our cloud system also has this sort of state-of-the-art reporting system and also AI system that is in place. So it's really a package of solutions that we offer to our customers here that cannot live one without the other. So Source Navy itself, the Source is a Source application that helps our customers to visualize how their energy, how the building consumes energy using graph, using charts, using different graphical elements. And PowerBit here is the smart meter system that we develop in-house, and these two works in tandem to each other to give our customers a better picture on how they can use energy better. So to give you an example, so one of these tools here, this benchmarking tool, is something that we share with our customers where their energy, our PowerBit, once our PowerBit goes to their site and start collecting data, they can expect to see this sort of different data that is being presented in this sort of charts here for their understanding. For example, some of our customers use this chart to compare their previous month generation versus 2 months ago generation or consumption data in order to get a sense of differences between these 2 different months. And from there onwards, we can only share more with our customers on, hey, what should we do? How should we do to help you to remain consistency? And it all comes back to this data. And of course, our Power BI here, we've designed it to be versatile and then can be installed into different equipments here to understand which equipment actually gives you trouble, maybe, or actually consumes any kind of energy and any kind of different time frame here for you to have a good understanding of your entire building. So that would be it for our solutions here. Thank you for listening and goodbye.
Xnergy Age, okay, on the energy management IoT. So we have Mr. Ryan here, the CTO of Xnergy Age. Welcome, Ryan.
Hello, Stephen.
Hey, hi. So I will start with the question on your solution. Who are your main target clients for these solutions?
Our main target clients are basically, those sort of buildings, commercial, industrial buildings who uses a lot of energy. So it also applies to those who are very concerned on the energy usage. For example, TMB charges these building owners not just on the energy that they've used, but also on certain criteria or parameters. It could be named there's a power factor and there's a maximum demand. There are all sort of different parameters that actually TMB is actually charging the building, with regards to the usage on these sort of areas. And really our platform is here to help these owners or these building operators to better manage their energy consumption based on the data and based on, whichever data that we can capture from our systems here.
Okay. So since there's a lot of question of cost today, so I will ask you, how do you charge your clients for your solution and service?
So basically, we charge it based on HAAS and also SaaS combination together. So it's really much about we want to have this device that we position it as a smart tracker kind of thing. We just want to plug and play at your building and be able to get data right off the bat from doing that. And this service we typically charge as like a service subscription service. Monthly there would be a price factor depending on how many of those smart meters, or we call it power bits, that you want to subscribe. So we really want to make this like so easy and so accessible to many of these building owners to really want to understand what is that equipment, what is that motor, or what is that machine that has been giving me problem, that has been spiking my energy usage throughout the day. What is actually happening there? So we really want to have this solution offers. We develop this all of this in-house, and we want to get it out to the door to these sort of customers and tell them, hey, we can just plug and play at your switchboard, electrical switchboard, at your near to an equipment site there, and you will be able to understand and you'll be able to access to this data at your fingertips with our mobile applications, with our web dashboard already from there. So it's it's a long way to describe that, but it's basically it's a subscription kind of based solution.
So normally, how do you do that in a way that do you do by zoning first, or you straight go into the peripherals or the equipments itself? How do you do as a start? If say the company or the subscriber have just a limited budget, how do you do that? How do you propose to do it?
Yeah, we typically will answer. We will try to understand what's the our customers, what kind of activities they are doing. Where sort of what is the sort of high energy consumption equipments are located at. It's pretty much like what you mentioned just now, Stephen. It's like a zoning kind of a workflow. So we have to scope down on which kind of what kind of zone that is consuming a lot of energy, and then we put more focus into that area as opposed to the others. Because like if you can imagine like a industrial factories that could have tons of different machines running at the same time. So we typically, what we position ourselves to our customer is that we go there, we carry out a site survey, understand what the problem statement is, understand what the issues are first, and then we suggest to our customers, hey, maybe you can focus more on this particular zone because you have this sort of high energy usage machineries around this place. So place a few more units here to get our assumptions right about this sort of energy consumption that you may have questions about. So then we scope down from there and then to try to identify what is actually the root cause, or rather the root equipment that's been giving you problems.
Okay. So I have a question from the floor. Is it? I'm not sure. Is it for you? Oh, okay. But EPMS, does it sound familiar to you?
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay, then the question should be to you, right?
Right.
What are the benefit and saving for the clients in terms of the EPMS use case?
Yes. So typically what our customers, after they use our EPMS system, which is called actually Energy Performance Management System. So it helps them to identify, what is the highest energy usage of, from equipment basis or from the zone basis. And then we help them to track down, what are the areas that the guys or our clients should be looking for, should be looking out. And then later on, we can then, have another discussions with them as to how we help them to, how they can use our solutions, our system to manage their energy from there onwards. So the real saving actually starts from getting the data first to really understand what's happening at the background, to correlate all this different information together. And then we come up with certain, certain ways or certain workflows improvements to help our customers to ease down this sort of unnecessary charges. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I think there's no more question for me. But Padma, do you have anything to add on to Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan, just a bit of detail on deployment part. So you were just now saying that each equipment and each zone and so forth. So I understand zone, normally you put it on the distribution box, and then equipment means you need to tap into the equipment power line. So that means, let's say if I talk about a 12-story building, so you will have a lot of these energy measurement units installed in all these places, and they will be connected.
Yes, exactly.
Or do you have any?
Essentially, yes.
Can you just say, the infrastructure, how this is deployed?
So typically, the devices itself, it comes with their own networking, peripherals and things like that. So what we do with our customer is that we identify which are the areas that we want to put these units in, and these different units themselves, they actually also have a mesh networking infrastructure built into them, networking system built into them. So essentially, devices can talk to each other, and they can also push the data to the cloud at the same time. So that is how we the first thing that we tell our customers is that we need to understand which equipment is consuming energy first, and then we place down these sort of units and see whether they are near to each other. And then we design our own networking infrastructure to enable all these different devices to talk to the cloud. So it's basically like that. Does it answer your question, Padma?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it answers. So having mesh means you're reducing your uplink time. I mean, you have multiple uplinks, which is a good idea, and you can mesh it up very easily.
Yeah.
Thanks for the answer.
Thank you.
Right. So thanks, Ryan, for your presentation, and I'll wrap up this today IoT For You session 3 with I think with your 4 panelists, you all can combine because Ryan had mentioned he's using mesh also, so where child is going to mesh, right? So Fong can provide you some SIM cards, okay, that you can do roaming, right? And Neil can
and
do
Steven will get some linking service.
yeah, I give you some computers to do so, right? From Lenovo, okay?
Yeah,
so
don't exclude yourself.
okay, sure. So Neil will be doing his monitoring. I think it's a very good combination. If you can see one day there's a collaboration between four of you, and just remind everything that we can do for you, everything that the Malaysia IoT Association can do for you, as to link up all your services, okay, to become in one single solutions, and maybe moving forward to any audience, for any audience here that they need some sort of a solution, which is today our panelists presented. Please do feel free to contact them. We will leave the contact later on in the Facebook, and also it will be shown in our homepage as well. All right. So in that, I will end the session, and thank you all the panelists here from all the company, and also thank you Padma, okay, being to be my co-host, and also thanks SG Education to running this Facebook Live for us. Okay, thanks everyone for that. All right, we will see you again in session 4, right, next month. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.